Is wax dead? Well, this is a question that's been getting asked more and more, with so many manufacturers moving towards ceramic-based products or even full ceramic coatings, and all the synthetic sealants, the spray-on, rinse-off products. Why would you want a wax anymore? Is it dead now? Does it have a place in your garage anymore? Well, this is purely my opinion, and it may upset a few people. So it's just a short video today, guys. But what I wanted to talk about is this. First of all, wax has been around for a long time. Wax was around before any other protection product. For those of you who don't know, and I looked this up on the internet myself, wax was developed in 1800 for painted horse-drawn carriages to protect that painted finish using beeswax. Obviously, with the rise of the automobile, we then had painted metal panels, and we wanted those to continue looking nice too, to give them some protection. Over the years, waxes were developed more and more. We moved away from beeswax, although it is still used in some more concourse waxes. But instead, we moved towards other natural wax sources like carnauba and montan waxes. Carnauba comes from palm trees, and montan wax is a fossilized wax, comes from underground. So with the use of these, we are getting a better quality of wax, a more refined wax for your car's paint. But with all these other companies moving into ceramics, wax manufacturers were not left behind. They still incorporated many of these features. You still have waxes which are fully natural, like the Vonix native wax, for example. It is a proper fully natural wax. There's no synthetics in there at all. But they also make one which has silica in it as well, SiO2. So that's a blend of natural and synthetic. So you'll get better results. What that generally means is you'll get better water repellency, you'll get better detergent resistance, chemical resistance, so it will last that little bit longer. You see, natural products, natural waxes, don't last as long as synthetic products do. So you'll find many waxes actually are a blend of natural and synthetic. For example, Built Hamber's double speed wax is exactly that. So there's carnauba, T1 grade carnauba in there, and hydrophobic polymers to help it last longer. So you get the warmth and the glow that generally comes from a natural wax, along with the resilience, the resistance of a synthetic. You could go purely synthetic and blow every natural wax out the water. Something like Soft 99's Fuso coat is absolutely incredible. It really repels water more than anything else, and it does quote 12 months of protection on that, and from what I've heard, it's not wrong. So waxes are still great, they still have their place. However, I will say this, wax is dead as far as a long-term protection is concerned. Generally speaking, if you're looking for long-term protection, you want a ceramic coating or a paint protection film to give you good long-lasting protection. However, waxes, I've learned, are a bit more of an acquired taste. You see, if you are the kind of person who wants to get your car done as quickly as possible, you don't want to waste any time, your time is precious, and you're looking to just get the job done as fast as you can, go with a spray sealant. You'll get a great result from them. They will last a good amount of time, they will be quick and easy to apply. If you're that kind of person, for you, wax is dead. I wouldn't really worry about it right now. If you're like me, an enthusiast, a hobbyist, perhaps you're a professional, perhaps you have a show car, then waxes are for you. I do find that waxes are more targeted to certain situations compared to some of the sealants. Some waxes are designed just for the looks. You have show waxes, for example, Simple Wax Gloss, all about the gloss and shine. Detailed Online Sublime Show Wax. They're all about the looks. You've got long-lasting protection products like the Soft 99, like the Built Hamber Double Speed Wax. These will last extra time because they have polymers in them, they have synthetic ingredients in them to help them last longer. You have ceramic infused waxes, which are designed to give you really good beading and sheeting for long periods of time. Things like Absolute Wax Stay Glassy, Jay's Wax Ceramic Wax, the Detailed Online Surreal Ceramic Infused Wax. These are designed to last longer with that ceramic component in them to help you get that protection and keep it going. Then you have Jack of all trades waxes, waxes which are generally very user friendly. They will last a decent amount of time, but they will not last as long as something like a ceramic wax, but they will last longer than a show wax. Some things like the Poor Boys World Natty's Paste Wax is a great beginner wax. The G3 Pro Super Gloss Paste Wax is a lovely wax. And if you want to step up your budget a little bit, the Auto Glim Ultra High Definition Wax is a fantastic wax too. But then you've also got your spray waxes, liquid waxes, so you've got your choice there. If you prefer not to use a paste, if you want to get started with wax, you've got different choices. So you get your fully natural carnauba waxes, you've got your natural and synthetic blended with silica there. You've got ceramic wet waxes, regular wet waxes, ceramic acrylic pigmented waxes, liquid wax. So you've got something to cater for many different people, many different situations. They all have their pros and their cons, but I've been using waxes more and more these days, and I've gotten into using them more. When I first thought about making this video, and I did think about making this video a couple of years ago, this has been on my list for a very long time, I thought to myself at that time, yeah, wax is dead. Wax is totally dead. So the sealants are the future. Sealants are the way forward. Why would you spend time applying a wax slowly? Why would you do that? It takes so much more time and effort. Then you've got to let it cure and got to make sure it's cured properly. If you don't, if you buff it too early, it's going to leave a smeary, greasy mess. You might have to reapply it. If you leave it too long, then some of them can be too grabby and difficult to remove, or in some situations, you know, you're going to have to machine polish them off or something because they'll become hard. They become so hard. So, with all that in mind, wax is not for everybody, but I'm getting into them more and more. I'm enjoying applying a wax. There are still some which are more difficult to use. In fact, today what I did was try some waxes that I haven't used since the first time I bought them. I literally used them once each and put them aside because I didn't enjoy using them, and I think I didn't use them properly. That was what it was down to. The first two waxes I ever bought were the Colonite 476S Double Coat and the Built Hamber Double Speed Wax. These were the first two waxes I ever purchased myself, and genuinely I thought to myself, they're a bit sticky, they're a bit grabby. And I think what it was down to was the fact that I hadn't prepared the paint properly, and I think that is very important. Again, this is going to count more towards the time aspect of things. So when I used them before, the paint was washed, it was decontaminated, and then wax was applied. What I didn't do was prepare the paint with any kind of pre-wax cleanser. But yesterday I did, and what a difference it made. In fact, I've been doing this more without even realizing it, that I was using polishes. All-in-one polishes are great as a pre-wax prep for your paint. Today, I used the Detailed Online Refresh pre-wax cleanser on the paint first before applying these two waxes, and I found them to be much more enjoyable. They were much better than I remember. They went on easier, they buffed off a little easier. They were still more difficult to buff off and remove than a sealant would be, but I liked the look more from the wax. There was a better gloss to the paint, so that was something. I also tested them alongside a spray wax, which was the Detailed Online Fast Wax, and I really enjoyed using that wax. And I wanted to see how that would fare compared to the paste waxes, because paste wax generally will last that little bit longer. You are applying a slightly thicker application than sprayable waxes. So I wanted to see how they behaved, and I also applied them alongside the G3 Pro surface sealant, which I also really enjoyed. And I wanted to see and measure how well they behaved, how quickly they were to apply and remove, what kind of looks came from them, and what kind of water repellency. I also attacked them with chemicals to see which would last longer, which would put up a fight for longer. And that was really, really interesting. The short answer to that, by the way, is that the sealant, the synthetic sealant, was the most chemically resistant. The two paste waxes, they lasted a decent amount of time. The spray wax, it died first. And that is perfectly understandable. Sprayable products go on much thinner than a paste wax, and then sealants, synthetic sealants, tend to last longer anyway. They tend to be more chemically resistant. So I really enjoyed trying that, and it has made me want to get more and more into waxes. I've definitely been trying more and getting the enjoyment out of them. So that's the long answer to is wax dead? No, it is dead for some people, but it's still very much alive for many people. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, something a little bit different today. If you did, please go ahead, smash that like button. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel and also ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next video upload. In the meantime, I've been Specky. I'm very hot today. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.